Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to explain Indian Forest Service IFS. The Indian Forest Service IFS is one of the three All India service of the Government of India. The other two All India services being the Indian Administrative Service and the Indian Police Service. It was constituted in the year of 1966 under the All India Service Act 1951 by the Government of India. The service implements the National Forest Policy NFP in order to ensure the ecological stability of the country through the production and participatory sustainable management of natural resources. The member of the service also manage the national parks, tiger reserve, wildlife sanctuaries and other protected area of the country. A forest service office is wholly independent of the district administration and exercise administrative, judicial and financial power in their own domain. Position in state forest department such as district divisional forest officer DFO, district or divisional forest officer, conservator of forest, chief conservator of forest, principal chief conservator of forest, etc. are held at times of by Indian Forest Service officer, the highest ranking forest service official in each state and head of the forest forces. The British government in India had constituted in the Imperial Forest Service IFS in 1867, which functioned under the federal government until the Government of India Act 1935 was passed and responsibility was transferred to the province. Administration of the service is the responsibility of Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. History. In 1864, British Raj established in the Imperial Forest Department branches of German. Dietrich Brandis, a German forest officer, was appointed Inspector of General of Forests (IGF). The Imperial Forest Service was the organization subordinate to the Imperial Forest Department in 1867. Officers from 1867 to 1885 were trained in Germany and France, and from 1885 to 1905 at Cooper Hills, London, also known as Royal Indian Engineering College from 1905 to 1926. The University of Oxford, Sir William University of Cambridge and University of Edinburgh trained Imperial Forest Service officer. Modern agency. The modern Indian Forest Service was established in 1966 after independence of under the All India Service Act 1951. The first Inspector of General of Forest, Hari Singh, was instrumental development of the forest. India has an area 6,35,400 km square designated as forest. About 19.32% of the country India forest policy was created in 1894 and revised in 1952 and again in the year of 1988. Recruitment. Officers are recruited through an open competitive examination conducted by the UPSC and then trained for about 2 years by the central government of India. Indira Gandhi National Forest Academy. Their service are placed under various state cadre and joint cadre. Being an all India service, they have the mandate to serve both under the state and central governments. They are eligible for the state and central deputation as their counterpart. IAS and IPS officer, deputation of forest service officer to the central government include appointments in central minister at the position of deputy secretary, director, joint secretary and additional secretary. Appointments in various public sector unit, institute and academics at the position of chief vigilance officer, regional passport officer, managing director, inspector general and director general. Training and acceptance are to the forest service. New entrants undergo the probationary period and are referred to the officer training. Training being at the Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy Administration Missouri, where members of many civil service are trained for the period of 15 weeks, on completion of which they go to the Indira Gandhi National Forest Academy, Dehradun, for more intensive training in a host for subjective importance of forestry, wildlife management, biodiversity, environment protection, climate change, forest policy, and laws, remote sensing, and GIS, forest scheduled forest dwellers and scheduled tribes. After completion of their training, the officers were awarded a master forest dwellers and scheduled tribes. After completion of their training, the officers are awarded master degree in science, forest research institute. The officers are taught more than 56 subjects of life science in these 2 years. They are also taught weapon handling, horse riding, motor vehicle training, swimming, forest and wildlife crime detection. They also go on attachment with different government bodies and institutes such as Indian Military Academy, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy, Wildlife Institute of India, Bombay Natural History Society. They also undertake extensive tours both in India and short tour in abroad. After completion training at the academy, candidate go through a year on the job field training in state he or she is assigned. During this, they are posted as Assistant Conservative Forest, Assistant Deputy Conservator of Forest, or Deputy Conservator of Forest. State Cadre Allocation Policy. The Union Government announced a new cadre allocation policy for the All India Service in August 2017. Under the new policy, candidate has to rank 5 zone in order of preference. Subsequently, the candidate has to indicate one preference cadre from each preferred zone. The candidate indicate their second cadre preference for every preferred zone. Subsequently, the process continues till preference of all the cadre is indicated by the candidate. Officer continue to work in the cadre they are allotted to or deputed to the Government of India. Zone under the new cadre allocation policy is zone states. Zone 1 AGMUT Arunachal Pradesh, Go, Mizoram Union Territories include state of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Punjab, Rajasthan and Haryana. Zone 2 Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand and Odisha. Zone 3 Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Zone 5 West Bengal, Sikkim, Assam, Meghalaya, Manipur, Tripura and Nagaland. Zone 5 Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Old cadre allocation policy till 2008 there was no system for preference state cadre by the candidate. The candidate, if not replaced insider vacancy of their home state, were allotted to different state in alphabetical order, being with the roster being with the letter of AHMT for that particular year. For example, if in particular year begins from A roster begins from A, which means that first candidate on the roster will go to Arunachal Pradesh state cadre of the Forest Service, next one to Bihar and subsequently to Chhattisgarh, Gujarat and also alphabetical order. Next year of the roster start from H, either Haryana or Himachal Pradesh. If it was started from Haryana on previous occasion when it all started from H, then this time would be start from Himachal Pradesh. This is highly intricate system of since my mid work since the mid 1980s had ensured that officers from different states are placed all over India. The system of permanent state cadre has also resulted in wild disparities in their kind of professional exposure for officer when we compare officer in small and big, and also developed the backward state. Change of the state cadre was permitted on grounds of marriage to all India service officer of another state cadre, or under other exception circumstance the officer may go to home state cadre or deputation for limited period, after which one of the invariably return to the cadre allotted to the him or her. From 2018 to 2017, Forest Service officer were allotted state cadre at the beginning of their service. There was one cadre for each Indian state, except for two joint cadre: Assam, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, Go, Mizoram Union Territories, AGMUT. Insider outsider ratio of officers who were posted in their home state maintained as 1 is to 2, with the one third of the direct recruit as insider from same state. The rest of were posted as the outsider according to the roster in states other than their home state as per their preference. Principal Chief Conservator of Forest. The Principal Chief Conservator of Forest is highest ranking officer belonging to the Indian Forest Service, who is responsible managing the forest environment and wildlife related issues. The state of India, it was highest rank of an officer Indian Forest Service state. At the time, state may have more than one post PCCF, and the case of one of them designated the head of forest force HOFF PCCF is supported by APCCF, Chief Conservator of Forests, Conservator of Forests, and field level of functionaries such as DOF and range forest officer in their work. Major concern under reforms: head of forest department in the district, through it also all India service like other two AIS, IAS and IPS. It is treated as par with the point joint director, deputy director, agriculture as chief medical officer of health, who heads the district level position in the respective department but are mostly subservient to the collector, who is an IAS. The forest department is always controlled by the government through IAS officer as principal secretary, additional chief secretary to the state government. Dead in line of duty: Sri P. Srinivas, Sri P. Sanjay Singh, Dr. S. Manigandan. Corruption. As per media report, some Forest Service officers have been found corrupt and have been arrested by Central Bureau of Investigation (CBI). Of briefing into corruption in 2015 reported that Tehalka reported to more than 30 names of Forest Service officers who might have been awarded suspected PhD degree. Awarded dubious or suspect PhD degree. Changing name. The National Commission of Scheduled Tribes has proposed idea renaming Scheduled Tribes has proposed India renaming the Indian Forest Service Indian Forest Triple Service. Notable officer Imperial Forest Service officer Cyril Beeson, Dietrich Brandis, Frederick Walter Champion, Q. Clarkon, Peter Clutterbuck, James Sykes Campbell, Edgar Peacock, Wilhelm Philipp, Daniel Schillich, Bertram Smythes, E. A. Smythes Rapp, Indian Forest Service Officer, Chief Conservator of Forest, Madras Presidency, Jal Ardasir Master, Hari Singh, P. Srinivas, Dr. Mutto Sanjeev Chaturvedi, Hemendra Singh Banwar, Singh Rathore, formerly known as Imperial Forest Service. Date of establishment 1864, 159 years age as Imperial Forest Service. 1966, 57 years ago as Indian Forest Service. This is country of Indian country. Staff College, Indira Gandhi National Forest Academy, IGNFA, Dehradun, Uttarakhand. Cadre Controlling Authority, Ministry of Environment, Forest, Climate Change. General Nature, Governmental Natural Resource. Cadre Strength 3131, 2182 direct recruits and 949 promotion post. If you want, you can check website ifs.nic.in. Service Chief, Director General of Forest Sanjeev Kumar IFS. Head of All India Service, Cabinet Secretary Rajiv Cuba IAS. Thank you so much guys. Comment and subscribe my channel.